What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. This one has the potential to be good news. I try to bring you folks in ride sharing, whether you're Uber or Lyft, content that I feel may be of value to you. And today I want to produce or present a company that I think may be worthy of you looking into. Obviously, you're not going to take the advice, and I don't recommend you ever take the advice of some dude on YouTube or some damn website. So do your own homework, do your own analysis to see what kind of conclusion you come up to. As always, I don't get paid shit for doing this, so there's not going to be any promo code or any of that in the description, any type of link or anything, because I'm not getting paid for this. This is something I found out online, and I want to bring it to you and see what you folks think in the comments. We all know we need some type of alternative to Uber and Lyft because nobody's damn happy in this business. They're taking too much of the damn fares, putting felons in our cars. They barely even have customer service so we can get in contact with them during our time of need. Every single area they're screwing up in. So anytime you find an alternative, let your boy know, do a video your damn self or something of that nature so we can help out other drivers. A lot of new folks watch these channels, and I'm always game to help other folks not fall into the same pitfalls, mistakes, and experiences that us veteran drivers have fallen into. So I want to run this company by you. As always, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, show your boys some love. The name of the company is Empower, E-M-P-O-W-E-R. I'm going to give you the pros and cons. No shit is perfect. So I want you to understand that even though Uber or Lyft have lowered the bar so damn low, anybody can come along and offer any damn thing as a better alternative to Uber or Lyft because they suck so much, but there's no perfect company. So I'm going to give you the pros and the cons. I'm going to start out with the pros, but stick around. I'll tell you what I find that is questionable or that I'm not a big fan of. Here is their mission statement from their website. They intend, or their goal is to transform the gig economy so that hardworking Americans can earn a sustainable living. They're obviously talking the shit we want to hear. They're clearly trying to put a bug in drivers' ears. The word sustainable living would resonate with any damn driver because most of us are out here suggesting that Uber does not leave us enough money to actually live off of. They're taking too much of the damn fare. So I like what they're saying, but I want to give you their spiel. They are a subscription-based business, meaning you pay them a certain rate based on certain performances. I talked about this before, paying a flat rate, and then the driver gets to keep 100% of the fares. This is somewhat of a derivative of that. It's not the same like a barber shop or like the taxi business where you pay $200 a week, you drive for the week and keep all the money. It's a derivative of that, but it's not quite the exact same thing. So here is how their subscription fee-based service works. If you earn $250, they take $49.99 of your fare. Now, $49 seems like a hell of a lot of money coming out of $250. But when you do the math, it's actually 20%. Now, Uber and Lyft won't even come to the damn table if you offer them 20% of the fare. They're taking almost as much as 80% in some trips. So even though $49 out of $250 looks like a lot, compared to Uber and Lyft, it's actually very low. Earn $500 in fares, they want $99. Now, once again, that is 20%. $99 sounds like a hell of a lot of money for somebody who only earned $500. But make no mistake about it, for you guys who are out here driving for Uber or Lyft, if you bring home $500 in your damn pocket, if you got $500 paid to you after you have driven, I can guarantee you Uber or Lyft has almost $500 in their pocket as well. Not $99. They've almost made the same amount as you because they're taking at least 50% of the fare. In some cases, you may have $500 and they may have $700. So $99, now it sounds low. But the reason $99 seems like a whole lot of damn money is because this company is being transparent. They're actually telling you clearly what they're taking up front. So even though it looks bad, you actually fucking know. With Uber and Lyft, I submit to you that if most drivers realize how much money that the company was taking from them, they probably would stop driving out of principle. A lot of drivers do not actually know how much money Uber and Lyft takes from those fares. As some folks in the comments state, just simply ask your passenger, how much did this trip cost? If you got a friendly rapport, you mind telling me how much they charge, and look at the shit and see how much you earn. You'll start realizing these numbers don't sound that bad. If you earn $2,000 in fares, they want $249 of it. Now it's less than 20%. You make $2,000 in fares and they take $250. That's significantly lower than anything Uber or Lyft would ever dream of. $3,000 in fares, $3,000 in fares. They're taking $399, so that's $400. Well under 20% at that point. And for you drivers who like to eat, sleep, and breathe ride sharing, where you're living in your damn car to do this shit, their maximum subscription fee is $449, which allows you unlimited earnings. Eat your fucking heart out, Derek Costa Showery. Uber is not even going to entertain this shit under any circumstance. $449, and you can earn unlimited amounts of fares and keep 100% of them. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is how many passengers, how many trips can they provide? Because everybody would take this shit to start out with. But the companies, the cities that this company is in, talking about Empower, and I'll give you the negatives, because there are some negatives to this company, but the current cities they're operating in is Winston-Salem, Greensboro, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., and New York City. So these are some big markets. Winston-Salem and Greensboro are big cities, and obviously Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, and New York City are big-ass towns as well. So if you're in those cities, check this shit out. Let us know in the comments. Now, what about bringing this to your market? On their website, they're inviting folks who are interested in this, create an account on the app. You don't have to put your bank account and shit in there. You're just creating a username and a password. And when they see these towns popping up, they will, if they see a lot of folks in one town, they will consider investigating operating a business in that town. So if this sounds like something of interest to you, it won't hurt you to go on the website, create a username and a password, just to show this app, this business, some love. Now, obviously, Empower is just one company. Make no mistake about it, Uber and Lyft did not take over the American taxi business all at once. The shit was done city by city by city. Whether it's beating one taxi company, paying off politicians, going through city council, they took over America one city at a time. To give us a decent alternative to take down these greedy-ass companies is going to happen the same way. We have to deal with Uber and Lyft one market at a time. Every market out there should have a company like Empower or Rides or Hum. I've done videos on those companies. And by the way, if you have a company that you believe is worthy of other drivers knowing, post that shit in the comments. I'll do some research on it. And if I got to make a video on that shit to get the message out to the folks, I sure as hell will. So please, if you know of other companies that you think are worthwhile in knowing, do that. And as always, subscribe to the damn channel. Show your boy some love. Absolutely. So what are the negatives? Well, there's a few negatives I want to point out. One of them is, according to Empower's website, and they think this is a positive, but I think otherwise. They're suggesting that drivers do get to set their own rates, and the driver gets to keep 100% of the fare. Nobody's going to argue with a driver keeping 100% of the fare. That's the good shit. But drivers setting their own rates. Although we are independent contractors, I'm not a fan of allowing drivers to set their own rates. You know why? If you're taking somebody from point A to point B and you set your rate at $10, and I want that trip, I'm going to set mine at $9. And the next guy who wants that trip is going to set him at $8. Get what I'm saying? We are now competing against each other, engaging in a race to the bottom. That's the shit that Uber did. That's the shit that Lyft is doing. That is why we're in this predicament now. is because Uber and Lyft started out by constantly lowering fares to get more people onto the platform. I tell you in every video, in my market, 2014, $2.20 per mile to the driver. Now they give the drivers 72 cents. They kept lowering the fares to bring more people over. The difference between Uber and Lyft and yourself is Uber doesn't have any skin in the game. They can drop their prices 10, 15% because they're not paying gas. They're not paying for insurance and tires and shit like that. You'd be a damn fool to do it to yourself. And that's the only difference between drivers setting the price with a company like this and Uber doing it. Is now you literally are undercutting yourself. So I'm not a fan of drivers engaging in bidding wars against other drivers, because at the end of the day, we all lose. Now, the passenger, it would be the bomb for the passenger, which is exactly how Uber started. It was way cheaper than taxis. It was a bomb for the passengers, and it sucked for the drivers. The rates kept coming down. So I'm not a fan of that. The other issue that I have with them that they view as a positive for riders, riders can request specific drivers that they feel safe with or even the same gender. I'm 6'6", 300 pounds. Who the hell is going to request my ass at 2 a.m. when the club closes? So I don't like that. When you start allowing drivers to pick people based on gender, the women, particularly the ones with big tits, are going to get all of the trips. All you have to have is an attractive female driver, maybe show a little bit of cleavage or a little bit of skin. Everybody's going to request her. So it becomes unfair. I'm not a fan of allowing passengers to pick based on gender, because when the club closes at 2 a.m., all of the female club goers are going to pick women. I mean, who the hell wants, like I said, me showing up at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night to pick them up when they can get a little small 4'11" blonde to do it? I mean, and so although I totally get it from the rider standpoint, it will not be fair for the drivers to allow people to pick based on genders, based on looks, God-given visuals that you may not be able to control. So I'm not a fan of that, picking who you feel safe with and things like that. The drivers themselves should be vetted, background checks, things like that. You can have a rating system, and that should be the amount of vetting that is done for folks to drive people from point A to point B. But yeah, I don't want people being able to pick based on how somebody looks, because the ugly ass folks, not my handsome self, but the ugly folks ain't gonna get no trips. That is that. Now, if your car smells like booty and onions or some shit, no, nobody should recommend you. But if you're an average looking person, you should not receive less trips because the other driver's more attractive. That's just not fair. Most dudes, you get in the car, I mean, we've all been around a woman that's hot, woman that's good looking. Oh shit, that's who we gonna request every damn time if we get the option. No straight dude that likes a nice looking chick is going to deliberately pick a guy. Only time you're going to do that is when there's nobody else available. So that is unfair to that guy. So you guys let me know in the comments, are you for passengers being able to have these choices? Maybe I'm just missing the boat. Let me know what you think on gender selection and shit like that. Last but not least, they're promising riders the ability to pay 20% less than Uber trips. That's a plus. I don't see any negative to that, because when you look at their subscription fees in comparison to how much Uber or Lyft takes out of a trip, there is plenty of room for them to lower fares for riders. I mean, like I stated, even if you earn $2,000 in fares, their cut is $249. If you earn $2,000 in fares with Uber or Lyft, chances are that $249 is going to be closer to $2,000. They're going to earn almost the same shit you do. So there's plenty of room in there to lower the rider's fare. So I can easily see them being able to give passengers a cheaper fare. And if they do that, that is what will win more passengers over. But you guys let me know. Like I said, do your own analysis, do your own homework. If you know of any other companies that are worthwhile in regards to looking into, please submit them in the comment section. and I will certainly follow up on it and maybe even do a video on that as well. Because I'm real, we all need some. We know we need some new shit. We know that Uber and Lyft is simply ripping us off. And like I said it before, we need to do this one city at a time. Empower is only one company. We do not want Empower, even if we like them, to become a nationwide company in every market. Why not? Because right now, Uber and Lyft has a monopoly. And we have seen from those two companies what can happen when companies have a monopoly. They get to set all of the rules, standards, and fares, and they rip everybody off. What we would like to have is smaller companies all over America competing with each other and shit like that to give us a better choice of options. A lot of drivers are only driving with Uber or Lyft because that's all they got. If a company like Empower came along, a lot of motherfuckers would switch right away. So we don't need a monopoly. We don't want to go from one monopoly to the next, because what will end up happening is Empower comes along, they become a monopoly, and suddenly, before you know it, their subscription fees are multiplying, increasing by multiples all of a sudden. You need more options in this game. That's the way you take Uber or Lyft down. It's small companies from city to city to city. But like I said, let me know in the comments other companies you may have, how you feel about gender selection. What the hell is that? Let me know. And as always, subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys in the next video.